Well, look who joined us here. Kiki the cat. Bring the mic up. So there was a female psychologist. She wrote Collisions with the Infinite. I forget her name and I don't care. I don't care much for psychologists. My father was one, and I pray for you if your parent is a psychologist. Psychologists got the idea of psychology, the whole profession, from shamans. And the difference between shamans and psychologists is psychologists don't believe that healing happens. They're really a band-aid business. And shamans actually resolve the issue from the root by seeing layers of reality that most people just don't have the perceptual awareness of. In my case, I'm working at a very high level of reality, and I have done the healing. So this psychologist, after she collided with the infinite, she couldn't really help people very well. The advice she was giving was pretty ridiculous because nobody could see from her perspective. Now a lot more people can see from these higher perspectives. I'm not sure what level you are. If you found my channel, probably on the higher level. But what I do here is I seek to intermesh in a very simple and concise way the process, the creation, and the response. The way I see it, though, is very different. It's altogether. It's like time has taken on a completely different meaning when it comes to me. When I say I work at the egregore level, a lot of people don't believe me or don't understand what I'm saying or think I'm full of crap, and you're free to believe what you want, but there are some people, when you're more aware and you know the illusion is not getting by you anymore, you see the waves that you make. You notice it's you that's changing the weather. It's not the weather that's affecting your mood. It's your mood that's affecting the weather. Like when I ovulate, the temperature goes up 10 degrees. Last time I set a boundary, there was coincidentally an earthquake under the ocean and the ground split open next to the person's house. I am Lyran, real Lyran hybrid, and Lyrans speak reality into existence. Yes, cats are from Lyra too. And so the whole reticular activating system thing, we're beyond that, taking it a few steps further. But I'm going to make this very simple for you. If you're having fertility issues, first let's start at ground level, okay? Just ground level. If you have any bloating, ovarian cysts kind of thing, you want to take myo-inositol. This company, 4 pills every day with a meal containing protein. Or is it fat? It says on the bottle. This will bring up your fertility, also for men. Sperm and ovary health. Myo-inositol is vitamin B8. And you're not getting any in your B complex because there's 4 of these pretty big capsules is 1 dose. And berberine, also for the health of all your organs, and especially your ovaries, and this whole area, your pancreas and liver, it'll unstick. And also NAC if your libido is down. Now normally, all that's going on, really, lots of cat hair in my face, is there's too much tension. We're going to take this to the esoteric level, don't worry. We're going to talk about the Essenes, the betrayal of Thoth. But first, just the basics, right? Let's get grounded. My client that came in was serving lots of women. She's going to make a tidal wave. And I felt her before she came with that psychic message that was a collective message. You were a good mother, Jeremiah. I posted that. That message was for her. It was for you. If you're here, it's for all of us that have the mother code, that wonder, you know, or anybody birthing a new project, something, who has the Christed bloodline, who knows God and the divine runs through your veins. And a lot of these women trying to get pregnant who aren't succeeding come in like this, like how she did, just trying to get pregnant. Like your body isn't free. It's not, you know, it's all in the hips. You got to free the whole hip area. And right now the poles being out of alignment, our root chakra is out of alignment. So there's a lot of fear there. So I'm going to put a link in the description to see a ground level here, just with the Indian yogi who's doing some root chakra stuff. What she doesn't tell you in the video I'm going to post in the description box is to link your root chakra with your sacral chakra with visualization. So not just loosen, but you have to like energetically make a connection between your root chakra and your sacral chakra and feel it spinning up. Up, 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 up. Try to like feel a swirling sensation where it's coming up. Okay? I would do counterclockwise from the root, but externally feel a clockwise motion. All rising. And put your focus there. And one trick is dress up role play. Totally role play, because you're putting pressure on your guy, there's pressure on yourself to like make a baby, make a baby, make a baby. And what works is you're the girl from out of town, okay? Because that's what gets more sperm up in a man. It's that in the DNA to sow your wild oats, to spread those seeds far. So when there's a stranger in town, any guy's sperm is going to multiply. And take all the pressure off. And let me reassure you that if you found this video, that woman, I was able to do like a 5-hour healing in just over 90 minutes so quickly, because she knew, she had taken mushrooms before, and she knew there was lots and lots of other women involved. That's her role. She is a karmic breaker. You know, blonde, Essene, very Essene codex, very aware. And so I was able to work with her at lightning speed and see for myself all the women that she freed. I'm getting goosebumps. It was so beautiful. And the ancestors, you know, and although she was blonde, the main ancestor in front, like cheering on, was brown skinned. So it's, you know, it has nothing to do with how you look. It's just the tendency in of the females that I've worked with who are these like blonde, pure ones, a lot of them have that timeline where they were kept as sex slaves. And so this may be your issue also. In a past life, you may have been traded for sex, or just kept as a sex slave, or raped, or died in childbirth, something like that, where you have to heal from the root. So this is the process. You have to accept what happened. This relates back to if you accept this, your divine inheritance is granted. I made a video. I think I will add this to the playlist, relationship harmonics, because it totally applies in terms of very, very ancient history. But you know, there's no such thing as time. So when we go back and look at the ick of history, always keep in mind that there's a lot of broken telephone. In fact, it's all broken telephone, because at the lower levels, it's all illusion, right? And that's why when you're asking for help for details about darkness from the higher dimensions, you don't tend to really get answers, because it didn't happen that way at the higher levels. You probably just stopped listening, because once I talk at higher levels, the brain doesn't compute. So I'll bring it down a little bit. So, the ancient history, and this is broken telephone, so if it doesn't resonate with you, don't make it fit. If you follow Michael Tsarion, he has done a lot of research into the past, and if you're curious about how patriarchy came to be, there's not a lot of answers on that, and Tsarion is one of the only people who seems to have come across the story, who's done the occulted research. I have only heard his story. So this is totally broken telephone. I haven't been able to research it myself. But from what I've seen, I can completely and totally confirm about the like women in caves and just that part anyway. So how it all came to be, the betrayal of Thoth and women. Women lied to men. See, it used to be a matriarchal culture, as it should be. Women are leading the spiritual. Now, before you get all triggered about masculine, feminine, there is a huge pole shift happening. A lot of people are confused with gender, and that's normal because in other lifetimes we were another sex. And upstar, if you're a star seed, there are no sexes. But you reincarnated in either the masculine or feminine body for a reason, or hermaphrodite for a reason, or it's all happening for a reason. There are no mistakes. You're here to learn. This is a learning ground and learning about the consequences also. So where patriarchy took over, this is all women need to learn the consequences right now. This is how everything came to be such crap with the patriarch. It's because women lied. They started telling men, and this is broken telephone, Sarion here, they started telling men, it's not your child, the child came from Zeus, or came from the wind, or this is your child when it isn't, and just like making stuff up is his story. And part of this, which has more historical documentation in the occult, is betrayal of Thoth. Who is Thoth, this Egyptian character? It is a personification of thought, your thought. So this goes back to the time that when thought betrayed you, when you started thinking along the draconian programming, rather than taking inspiration straight from source, as is the divine feminine way, the Essene way, the bloodline of Mary, the Christed bloodline. So the Essenes are well documented, and a lot of people think Jesus was one of the Essenes. And Mary really taught Jesus. Agree, disagree. If it doesn't resonate, take it as you want. Just talking here. So, now what was I saying? There's going to be conflicting energies coming in here. The story has to get out, though. So, Thoth had an idea to get more power. And apparently, maybe not, teamed up with the Dracos. And this is how, they've always been in power, basically, the ruling elite, the purebloods. This is why this definitely goes back to the video, when you accept this, your divine inheritance is granted. So there seems to be some blocks cutting in my head. This information, they really don't want it to come out. So the Draconians have implants, basically, in our brains. They're located behind the ears. You have to constantly just take them off whenever you feel blocked. On the back of your head, really like a matrix tube. So the purebloods wanted the power that the Essenes, the divine feminine matriarch, they always want power. They want to rule. They were ruling in very cult-like ways, underground cults. But of course, they want to rule over the whole world. The whole world. All of it. All of it. So the greed, the power, this kind of energy. Thoth apparently told some women, and this is back in the days when twin flames were actual twin flames, like the soulmates were real soulmates. This was real love, apparently. I don't know how he was able to break up love with, anyway. He lied. He somehow convinced the women to lie to their love, their husbands, their true love, to go with him in cahoots with Thoth. And if they did that, they would gain some power. And he convinced them to lie to their true loves. Cat hair, sorry. And what happened there is he bamboozled them, kidnapped them with it, and bred them with the Nephilim. So they're chained up in caves getting raped as breeders. And there's still pain being cleared from this. Oh my God, I feel it, but it's so much lessened. I was crying during the treatment. We both were. And usually, like, I'll feel sadness, but I don't actually cry until maybe after, if it was a huge load, or if they're incapable of it themselves, like a stroke patient I had who had 5 family members died who couldn't access his tears. I just touched him and right away started crying. But usually I'll like feel the sadness. With her, I was crying. There's sadness, there's pain, you know, like all these women. So that's cleared. And there's residual waves that are going to come up. So just know, if you're feeling like crap lately, it's like a tidal wave of emotion. It's an earthquake. So if you feel an earthquake coming up from your root, I'm going to put the link in the description box. Do those exercises and like get into your hips and get your power back and let that earthquake come up. That is your power. Don't fear the earthquake. That earthquake, it might feel overwhelming at first, but don't let it overwhelm you. Just stand in your power and have a mindset of exploration and curiosity, and like bring it, like show me what this is, because you might confuse it with anxiety, and it's not anxiety. Anxiety is the resistance or the fear of whatever it is your body is trying to show you, of whatever's coming up. So there's a huge point being released from, feel the back of your neck on the left. Okay, there's a point there. Body mapping, the head, either side, left or right. There and there. These are like the happy, sad points in acupressure. You can press on both at the same time or take turns. You want to stimulate those spots. Imagine you're taking out implants from the back of your neck where the cranium meets the neck. And the left calf is still clearing. Find the sore spot in the calves and open your feet. Make an unbreakable connection to the center of the earth. Grow roots out the bottom of your feet. I'm serious. Grow strong roots, getting stronger, thicker. The deeper they go, past the different colors of the earth's mantle, past the ruins of ancient civilizations, getting stronger and thicker the deeper they go. They're so strong they bust through the bedrock. Find the glowing emerald green, silvery emerald green, energetic center of the earth and make an unbreakable connection to the center of the earth, however you see it. Connect to Gaia, because this is a lot of power and you don't want to get electrocuted. So that it's power, and you have more power than a vacuum cleaner. So you like 2-prong plug. No, you need a 3rd prong. Your 2 feet aren't enough. You need to connect to the center of the earth. Have it grow a tail. A grounding rod. And then the more grounded, if you ground to the center of the earth, you can go very, very high. If you found this video, you're probably meant to go very high, and you're probably a little bit ungrounded. Most people are. The first thing to do is give yourself a break. Catch yourself whenever you're catching yourself, and realize whenever you catch yourself, you are back in the present moment. And that's good. and just work on grounding all this power. So there's a lot of just old pain and old tears getting cleared. But this woman, she's one of the karmic warriors. And a lot of people that watch my channel, I imagine, are also karmic warriors. So they came down here to feel the pain that their bloodline couldn't, their ancestry, their soul tribe. They came down for others to clear their lines, their karma as well. So a lot of the work has been done for you already. Now, the healing process is very, very interesting. Like, who do you think I go to? I don't know a better healer than myself. As far as I know, I'm the top healer in the world. I can heal broken bones. Jerry Sargent, he's amazing too. But like, if I need healing, like I had this nerve behind my eye and my brain, and I was having difficulty moving it because it's hard to receive while I'm giving on, and it's like in the brain focused. All I had to do was ask for help, and then I can move it along. The person doesn't actually have to help me. It's like there's something about asking, and the universe gives. This is a formula. Lock in, pay attention. When you need healing, you ask for help, and be prepared for the help to come in a way that you don't expect, or it will just happen. Like, don't say, I need the help like this. Just say, I need help, and ask verbally someone in the 3D environment. And then things just happen, because there's something about the witnessing process and the triangle of manifestation, you, somebody else, and God. It works when I lose something in my house. If I, like, say I lost my keys. I can call someone who has never been to my house and say, do you know where my keys are? Or like, do you know where my hair elastic is? Or something like weird. And they'll be like, what? And I'll find it within like 2 minutes. Just, it's a formula. I have all kinds of formulas that work. Maybe they work for me because I know how it works and I believe it. So you really have to pay attention to your beliefs. Because you have program beliefs from the whole draconian system telling you go to the doctor, telling you, well, I'm not saying don't go to the doctor. I can't say that on YouTube. But get a second opinion is what I would say. If you don't like what the doctor tells you, you have to go with your internal guidance system. You have to find that compass. So the programming that we have down here in this illusionary world full of illusion is designed to keep up the illusion. That's the matrix. That's the tube in the back. And the implants, you remove that and you go with, what are your real beliefs? Do you really believe you are limitless? I think you do. So put that in as your program as well. Align your beliefs with your program so you don't get pulled off track by the draconian system. You have to truly believe that you are in control of your avatar, of your bio body, and reclaim it. Here we're going to clear this bolt out of the side of the left of the neck. Side. Okay, so if you have been having the left shoulder issue, as a lot of women do, is you carry so much for others. Okay, I know you do. What you can do, ground level easy. Take a pair of socks in your right hand, throw it up, do this standing up. Throw the pair of socks with your right hand over your left shoulder and catch it over there. And do that many times. You're going to feel things unhook, unclick, because a lot of it's the nerve, and the nerve goes with your eyeball. I don't have anything lightweight enough here, and I'm not a good throw. But you want to throw it with your right hand, not like that, over your left shoulder to catch it over there. Like up and over, up and over. And it's gonna unhook some stuff there. And you gotta let go of the guilt. Run the word forgiven through your body. Forgiven, forgiven, forgiven. Every single cell, in and around every single cell. Of course, there's nothing to forgive. It's all lessons, and you're doing great work. It's just to recode the body, because the illusionary programming system was trying to push guilt into you. Now, a lot of these women, oh my God, this all traces back to myself. This is why I say it's the egregore level I'm working at. The monitoring spirit I had, the person who was operating through saw themselves as my mother when I never saw them as my mother. And about a week before, or a few days before that person booked, I saw one of those eyes be taken off my belly button. Creepy. See, this is again to make a tidal wave. I hope there's not going to be like an ocean tidal wave. I don't want anybody getting hurt, but this is a tidal wave of healing, of reparation, of resolution. Because what healing is, it's actually just data resolution. That's it. It's becoming whole again. It's defragmenting. Healing is becoming whole. It's defragmenting. That's what they call soul retrieval. I don't like using the term soul retrieval because your soul is always with you. It's more like bio-body retrieval, mind retrieval, like retrieval of your programming. But it's defragmentation. It's taking pieces of you that are stuck in time, different timelines, or the past, or the imagined future, wherever you are, and facing them, witnessing them, accepting them for exactly as they are. So you witness, you accept, which is let it be. Mother Mary comes to me speaking words of wisdom, let it be. These words of wisdom is accept. Accept it. No matter how horrible it is, you have to just accept it, surrender that, yes, this is horrible. And right away, like 90% of the horribleness is gone once you accepted just how horrible it is. And then that last 10%, you're shining your light of acceptance, saying, I am stronger than this. I am more powerful than this. And you're there with the horribleness in your light, and the light always wins. But you got to go like this. It's taking two opposites and bringing them together, and that's how you get out of the illusion of duality. If you've ever taken psilocybin or ayahuasca, it will help you understand. This particular client mentioned that she had done mushrooms. I think I mentioned that earlier, and I think that's why I was able to work with her so quickly. But it's also the times that we're in, right? Time has taken on a whole new meaning. Coincidentally, my name means not only morning star, but I found out several years ago it means calendar. The calendar is the cosmos, and it's how we keep up time. And my last name is keeper of the name. So this is another thing with healing. Once you name something, it's like taking a snapshot. It becomes that. And so you got it. So if you want to get rid of something, you can't just throw it out, because what you resist persists. And if you thought you accepted it but you didn't, and because you still can't get rid of it, persist in accepting it, because persistence always wins. It wins over resistance, wins over everything. So you persist to accept it. Say, show it to me, show it to me, show it to me. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Do catharsis, bring it up to accept it, so that it can move on. Kiki, I was going to say something else and I totally lost my thought. Well, I hope that comes back. So you accept it. And this is data resolution. That's what we're talking about. It's amazing how simple it is. If you have to really take the video game analogy, but don't make life any less real. It's like, you got to realize this is really real. It's really important. It's mission critical. But at the same time, it's a cosmic joke. And don't take it too seriously, because your soul goes on. Your soul is immortal. It's immortal. And everything you're suffering here is an illusion. It's meant for you to wake up, to realize you're stronger than any suffering. But the suffering definitely serves a purpose. It's not for nothing. It's the people that suffered so much. It's really those who chose to take it on. We chose to take on feeling for all these people that weren't able. They didn't have the emotional bandwidth capacity to process all that data. So you came down here and you took a lot of extra suffering. Probably, if you're on this channel, the way energetics work. So that suffering wasn't for nothing. Not only does it remind you of just how powerful you are when you finally get out of it, but it gives you the humility that is so necessary to maintain your high. Because without having the humility of knowing what suffering is and what other people are going through, you wouldn't be able to understand the other half of the population here. And you would be condescending, and then you would create karma for yourself. So there's a purpose. Now you're strong enough to be humble. There's no way you're ever going to cause anybody the suffering that you went through. And you are now a leader, okay? This is confirmed. If you believe you are a leader, type it in the comments. I think you're a leader. Because leaders never want to be leaders. They just want to help. Right? So B note for the crown. Ground it. And even if you're not a leader, you don't want to be a leader, you don't resemble a leader, and you're just here to learn about healing, that's okay too. We were all once where you were. This is a safe place. The important thing is that you want to learn. There's getting to be such a wide separation gap between the muggles, or the normies as I'll call them, and the more advanced, that I realized I can no longer work with some people. I'm fearing I don't want to end up like the woman who wrote the book, Collisions with the Infinite. I can only meet someone as deeply as they've met themselves. So if I go to heal somebody and I'm seeing metaphorical images that I don't see them for nothing, and they're just ignoring them or saying, I don't know, they're not willing to witness the witnessing process, which is step one. Like, I'm witnessing stuff that I can't even show them, they're not willing to see. So when there's no, the eye is the rainbow bridge. This is your perception vehicle. And right now we crossed over, and we can't go back to the other side of the bridge after all this work we took to get to this side of the bridge. And there's other people on the other side of the bridge saying, well, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And we're done martyring ourselves, right? So we have to stay on our side of the bridge and just say, I'm here. I'm holding ground, I'm holding space. I can guide you, I can show you, but you have to come to my level if you want. You have to come to a level where there is some connection here, where I'm not going to be sucked down. So they have to raise their energy. They have to open their minds. They have to be more, they have to open more, essentially, because what is a higher vibrational state? It's being more open. That's all it is. There are no like up, down. It's time space doesn't really exist. It's all vibrational frequencies. So levels are not how your programming visualization makes it. It's more like salt. Are you very compacted, dense, or are you open? And the more open you are, the more volume, the more space you take up, the more information you can receive, process, clear. And this is why shamans at the who do healing, because they're so used to doing healing, it's like you just walk around and we're a walking HEPA filter. And this is why we got to protect our energy. And it's difficult sometimes when you want to help people. So now the tribes are starting to come together. So we can feel safe in an environment that's not constantly like asking to be cleaned. You know, we're in the clean waters, so we're not going to pollute ourselves. This is what we got to learn to do. And then the people that are not there yet need to learn to open and release the baggage, release the baggage, release the baggage. And to release the baggage, you just have to accept it. You have to witness it with your eyes and let it go just by accepting it. By embracing it, it will run through your waters like salt through your fingers. It will run through your fingers like water or salt through your fingers. That's what I'm trying to say. So even the words are getting dyslexic. I'm very, look at my hand, that line, how it goes straight across. The heart and head line are just one. Not a lot of people have that. So without my third eye being blasted open, I get a lot of hemisync. I mean, my third eye is open, but there's another level that I'm waiting for that I believe will be triggered with love. But I don't know. I think part of this is a step to it. It's coming. I'm excited for what's coming because all of our gifts are like coming up. And you saw how it's all happening in waves. It was like last year I had the singing strongly Ivana Oceana just come in like with the words very strong, like my jaw, everything. And that has happened to me before when I connect with certain people who have a very strong power. I'll connect with their codex and I'll start singing Nordic chants or whatever. That happened to me starting around the year 2000. That was a powerful Magi that I was connected with, that kind of like and even over the phone, his energy just activates people. So that was my first taste of this spontaneous, actually no, the first taste I had of it, I was a teenager all alone doing the dishes and I started belting out this jazz singing. So pay attention to things that happened in the past. It's like what's happening now, it's not new. It seems like it's new, all the gifts that are coming in. But they're actually ancient gifts that we always had, and they're just becoming more tangible now. And it's if you're open to that, right? If you're not open to it, it won't happen. So know that if you're getting any gift, it's because you're open to it. And if you're not getting a gift, it's because you're closed to it. Or it's just not available to you because it wouldn't be for your highest good at this time. So it's all perceptions. So dance. Move those hips. Get into your feminine. Now's a perfect time. It's the spring. At least it is here in the northern hemisphere. The feminine body is meant to move. It's meant to flow. It's not meant to be rigid. Like a lot of women having difficulty getting pregnant really come in like this. Like compact. You got to be open to getting pregnant if you want to get pregnant. You really got to relax and accept maybe that you're not. That's another trick that works. Just accept, okay, I'm not meant to get pregnant. Because that's the fear that you're resisting. If you have such a strong fear and you're resisting the fear, you're trying to manifest, like, no, I can't even go there. I can't even go there in my head. No, you got to accept that this fear exists. What if I don't get pregnant? And accept it, that, okay, that's there. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, that you're not going to get pregnant, but accept that it's a possibility and life will go on. You'll be okay with that. And when you get to that state where it's okay, like I'll be okay even if I don't get pregnant, if you really want something, you can't, the destiny that is meant for you, whatever is meant for you, you can't miss it. And when it comes to children, they choose you as much as you choose them. It's all orchestrated from above. Like, okay, we're all going to do this together and learn these lessons. And confirmation verb. Yeah, I did a whole rebirth odyssey experience with someone who did my birthday points. Yeah, there's like acupuncture points for your birthday points. And they just held those points and like meditated. I was taken on an entire odyssey. And I remember being out of body, seeing the birthing doula upstar on the other side put his ring back on and disappear through a box. And then I saw these red lights over there, kind of lower, because I was just consciousness. And I knew I had to kind of go there. I imagined to kind of click in. It really is a lot like a video game. And yeah, it's magical though. It's not like the video game how you imagine. This is life. But it's a cosmic joke at the same time. Don't take it too seriously. You didn't come down here to Earth to not have a good time. That's for sure. If you came to Earth, you came here to have a good time. Go connect with the trees. Trees are like love connecting with humans. Because we just breathe. They drink, they eat. The air that we breathe out, our carbon, our breath is food to the trees. And it's a symbiotic relationship that we have with the plant kingdom that's only on Earth and felt in the physical body. So we get to experience the emotions physically. And that's the joy of Earth. So I hope this helped somebody. Let me know. Click like, share, subscribe. Subscribe. Help my channel grow. Thank you so much. Love you.